Welcome to the 8th installment of How to Save America. As I stated last time, criminals and our criminal government do not want to lose power over you, because if they do, their threats and intimidation will not work. For most of our dependent fellow citizens, the threat of having the gravy train of stolen goods removed is enough to keep them in line. For those of us who are not looking at the loss of ill-gotten gains, the threats take a different form. They are threats to take away your legitimately earned property, to entangle you in frivolous lawsuits based on some supposed offense or discrimination, or the threat of actually taking away your liberty. We will deal with each one of these in time. Today we're going to talk about threats to your property, how they can happen, and how you can protect yourself. Know this first. Property rights are the most fundamental of rights, for without property, none of the other rights exist or have meaning. Private property and the right to acquire and accumulate it is the foundation of liberty. Much of what our founders objected to leading up to the Revolution was the abuse of private property by the British. That being said, private property rights no longer exist in this country, and the protections the law affords private property, specifically those found in the Fourth Amendment, are routinely ignored. Hard to believe? Do you think your house is yours? Even if it's paid off, you merely rent it from the state. Fail to pay your protection money, also known as property tax, and it will be taken from you. If the government paints a target on you, and it has a multitude of agencies that can steal your property or its value, the IRS can come and just take it. The EPA can declare it a wetland. Fish and Wildlife can find an endangered species or declare one. There are so many rules, regulations, and laws that we are unaware of that the government can utilize in the right situation. And they don't even have to follow the law. They just have to make the accusation and challenge you to prove your innocence. They have nothing to lose. They have unlimited resources and job security. No one ever gets fired for abusing their power in government. You, on the other hand, will spend a lot of time and money trying to prove your innocence before a prejudiced judge. Either way, you lose. Perhaps the worst abuse of our property rights is what's called civil asset forfeiture. These laws allow the government to seize your property, cash, cars, even real estate, if they suspect it has been involved in a crime, and can do so without a warrant, specific charges, an arrest, or trial. It then sells this property for its own benefit. This is direct theft and a gross violation of the Fourth Amendment. In order to get your property back, you have to prove you were not involved in a crime. Your right to be considered innocent is turned on its head. This theft is based on merely a suspicion, on a very subjective term that can be used to harass innocent citizens. For example, if you are pulled over while driving and are carrying a few thousand in cash, which some business people do regularly, it can be seized on suspicion of drug trafficking or money laundering. You may even be asked to sign a roadside property waiver in which you agree not to contest the illegal seizure in exchange for not being arrested. This is literally highway robbery, with the addition of you signing a paper that says you won't press charges against the criminal. So what can you do? Number one, never cooperate and make their job easier. Never allow an officer to search your car, home, or person without a warrant. Number two, learn about the law so that you are prepared to defend yourself. I have found Jurisdictionary very helpful. It will take some time, but the knowledge will be well worth your while. And number three, make your assets harder to confiscate. Do you have a lot of money in the bank? The bank's going to roll over for any government official, freeze your accounts, and transfer your money to the thieves without a second thought. Don't keep it there. It's a lot more work for a government agency to get a court order to come into your home and open a safe than it is to change a few numbers on a computer. Of course, there are more elaborate ways, trusts, offshore accounts, and the like. You'll have to do your own research there. Until next time, may God be with us, and may we always act with honor and justice.